Peterson is reportedly considering some very interesting options to try to help pay for his defense.
We were just discussing this, in fact. One of his attorneys joins us right now, Walter. Maksym, thanks for joining us. Okay, what is the straight story? What is going on?
Well, we were putting out some feelers to see whether or not, because he's trying to marshal everything he can to have a decent defense, and the bank broke its word by not funding his line of credit, even though he's qualified, and we're in federal court suing them on that. That's up next week. But we are concerned about getting experts and whatever is needed in advance so they can prepare. The state is already doing what they want to do, and they've got deep pockets. They can pay whatever they want. Well, I don't know about after today, but things could be worse because people would have to pay for
Okay, so shoot it to us straight, all right? Shoot it to us straight. You guys need money. We understand that.
Right.
So now he's renting out his house?
Well, he's looking at seeing if is anyone interested in renting it for the term that he's going to be incarcerated through his trial.
Where did you guys come up with this idea?
Well, it's an empty home, and if you were in jail, wouldn't you be looking for every possible way if you're on trial for your life?
But here's a question: is it just to rent out the house, or do they actually want to use it to become possibly a studio for TV stations to do the news coverage on this trial?
The comment came up, and because Geraldo Rivera, if you recall, pretty much camped out on his doorstep, talked his way into the home. There was some sort of Donnybrook between the two, and so the comment came up. Maybe Mr. Rivera would like to pay rent and actually broadcast from the place.
Right.
Now that comment sort of in jest.
Right.
I mean, if he wants to rent it, and he's got
Fox wants to rent it. If a TV station wants to do that, that is available.
Well,
how much would it cost?
Well, this is it's the highest.
It's going to be at the
What's
bidding.
the minimum?
I'm not a real estate broker. I've talked to some auctioneers. Leslie Heidemann, who is an old friend. She's done Elvis's hair, but she's pretty good. But I've talked to some other people, and really, something like this is just a question of supply and demand. Who's willing to do that? But the point was they would defer this disaster by not having the taxpayers have to pay for a defense. Maybe people might be all in agreement on that.
That's very altruistic.
Viewpoint of the
But come on,
case.
Walter, this is not your typical rental. You cannot go to some real estate agent and see what the minimum should be, because this is obviously Drew Peterson's house we're talking about. So how much money do you guys need?
Well, I'm not. That is not my bailiwick. I'm not qualified to appraise rentals. But the point is, it's the highest possible amount for that period of time.
We can't let you go to ask this question. If you're thinking about the house, is there anything else that you guys are considering as money-making deals?
Well, then you're getting into other, conversations for possibility that might be.
Give me a hint. You guys are looking for making
money,
right?
If you're behind bars, and if you just put yourself there, you're isolated. You can't. They isolate you. You're being put on for your trial for your life. They changed the law to prosecute you. They've got deep pockets, endless amounts of experts, whatever they want, and you have your line of credit cut off. You're in jail, and you're facing this monster power of the state.
Right.
What are you going to do? You're going to try to do whatever you can. But at some point, if at some point he may have to, for his kids and so on, sell the property. But it's his home, and it's vacant. It's you try to do whatever you can with whatever you have.
Okay.
So he's considering everything he can, but he's a police officer, a man of modest means. So it's he's just doing his best.
Walter, thank you for coming in. By the way, no attorney, obviously working for Drew Peterson's, doing it pro bono. So you guys need to get paid, and that's part of this whole money making thing as well.
We're going to see if Chase will pay us because they broke their agreement.
Okay.
Good luck.